to the market, bought some books. One by one, gonna share the knowledge with all of you. Baby Book Club, yeah. Baby Book Club, yeah. Baby Book Club.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Baby Book Club Baby Book Review. This is our first one, a beginner's guide to the stock market from Krater University by Matthew R. Krater. And it was written in 2019, or was released in 2019. It's 87 pages, and it didn't cost anything with a Kindle Unlimited subscription on Amazon when I initially read it. You can grab the Kindle version for $2.99 or the physical copy for $6.99. I actually got this hard copy from Half Price Books for $3.49 when I saw it there. I got it because it has a special place in my heart as Baby Bull's first trading book, and I thought it was worth a reread. And I love to pass books along to the right folks at the right times, and this is a great candidate for that person who knows nothing about the markets and inevitably asks me, what should I read first? The first chapter, he throws out a quote, and the quote is, "The stock market is the greatest opportunity machine ever created." Krater seems like a really knowledgeable investor and trader in all kinds of market trading. He's a prolific author with, I think, over 20 books, and this one is definitely his bestseller by far. He's got trading courses on his websites, and many are focused on cryptocurrency, and he has a YouTube channel as well. He asks in his book that you really learn how the stock market works, and it will provide you a huge advantage in life because the world is driven by financial markets. He uses Wayne Gretzky's quote, who's considered one of the best hockey players of all time if you don't know him. And he said, "I skate to where the puck is going to be, not to where it has been." And he says that as a metaphor for keeping up with the markets and explaining why they are a forward-looking mechanism, in that it's always trying to price in what will happen in 3 to 6 months. So in the second chapter, he goes into the very basics of getting a brokerage and making trades, the bid-ask spread, market hours, and liquidity. If any of those terms are brand new to you, this will probably be a fantastic book for you to start with. What I found to be one of the most useful things in the beginning of this book is his requirement that you memorize the phrase, "You sell to the bid and you buy from the ask," to help you remember which is which between the buy and the ask. And that still trips me up to this day sometimes. So chapter 3 is a quick tour of ETFs. Those are exchange traded funds. And he talks about some of the biggest ones and a bit on dollar cost averaging. This is awesome beginner fuel. ETFs are a great place to begin your investing journey. Chapter 4 is a few page flyover of dividend stocks that pay you a little bit of money, usually quarterly, 4 times a year that is. And these days, many folks frown on dividend stocks and they say they aren't worth it, but it's good that you know about them and you should do your own math and make your own decisions because that's really a deeply relevant part of this whole investing game. Warren Buffett is an American investor, and he's considered one of the best of all time, being the chairman and CEO of the highly successful Berkshire Hathaway conglomerate. Lots of folks study everything he's done in the investment world, justifiably. Chapter 5 gives you a touch of the Buffett way, and if you need more, the author even has a whole book about him. It's called Invest the Warren Buffett Way. It's good stuff. Speaking of Warren Buffett, Chapter 6 introduces value investing. Value investing was Buffett's main strategy. It's just what it sounds like, buying undervalued companies for cheap and waiting for the market to fully realize their intrinsic value and hoping the prices skyrocket. Krater also introduces the idea of PE, or price to earnings ratio, which is a must to know about early on in your investment career. In simple terms, it tells you how much folks are willing to pay for $1 of the company's profits. Chapter 7 is about growth stocks and one of the best chapters in the book by far. Read it heartily 2 times, right in a row, and then come back to it again when you understand a little bit more about the markets. There's a decent amount of beginner knowledge about what is called technical analysis, which in short is looking at all the weird little doodads on your trading app's chart for a stock and making sense of them in a way that gives you the best chance of predicting the direction the price is going. The point is that you should invest in stocks that are heading up. Seems simple, right? He also says to ignore PE, which is somewhat of a controversial statement, but what he says is definitely true. Some of the biggest companies that have made people millions were bought when the PE was terrible. The thing to remember is that works the opposite way too. Many a weary traveler have bought a high PE stinker. They don't all rock it. Not that he says they do. He gives a realistic outlook overall. Chapter 8 is a quick ride through the basics and some strategies for working with IPOs, or initial public offerings. This is when a privately owned company joins the stock market and makes shares available for the public to buy. There are other ways of working with stocks other than standard buy and sell. They're known as derivatives because their value is derived from something else. On the stock market, these derivatives are called options. Krater dedicates to 3 pages of Chapter 9 to options and touts that they're easy to do. Personally, I feel like this is handing a lit match to a kid in a dry field, with the burnable substrate on the ground being your hard-earned cash. But that's just me. I think as a beginner trader, there are a zillion things that you should be exposed to before options. But it's good that you get acquainted with them early on. You'll hear them talked about endlessly. But do you and your hard-earned money a favor and do some paper trading before you start laying out cash on options. No offense at all, Mr. Krater. I'm sure you know a heck of a lot more than I do. Chapter 10 is a quick flyover of some day trading techniques. Day traders essentially buy and sell stocks quickly, intraday, which means within the same day. They don't generally keep positions overnight, so it's a cool and quick chapter. Chapter 11 is about the biggest mistakes that those new to the markets make. I'll leave them for you to check out in the book, but I will tell you a rule of my own that I feel sums up all 5 of his though. Know why you're doing whatever you're doing, and make sure it's with a good reason. When in doubt, pause and reassess. It's way easier to lose money than to make it. The book wraps up with a lot of good tips and some inspirational messaging, and that's really helpful and positive, as the whole book was. So to sum it all up, I highly recommend this little book for all newish traders, and even those that aren't so newish. You might find something interesting and new to you in here. I really think it'll be beneficial to your trading experience, and I give it a 4.2 out of 5 bowls. It's chock full of great beginner info, and it's nice and short if you're one of those TLDR people. I myself am not, and that's why I'm going to keep on powering through these books from pamphlet to tome, and I'll keep bringing the info to you. So I'll see you next time on the Baby Book Club.
Baby Book Club.